The secret floor, inside the hidden advisory division and the architects of the lie. When people imagine the greatest financial fraud in modern history, they often picture a mastermind working alone, a lone villain quietly shaving numbers behind a desk. But Bernie Madoff's deception was far more sophisticated and far more organized than a single man forging statements. What powered the largest Ponzi scheme the world has ever seen was an ecosystem, a perfectly engineered machine of intermediaries, insiders, loyalists, banks, feeder funds, accountants, regulators, billionaires, charities, celebrities, and thousands of unsuspecting investors who believed they had found the safest place in the world to put their money. Episode 2 takes us inside that invisible machine, the secret 17th floor, the early accomplices, the elite networks, the psychological traps, and the international financiers whose lives shattered when the truth finally emerged. This is the anatomy of a global illusion. To understand how the Ponzi scheme started, we need to go back to the early 1980s, long before Madoff became a Wall Street icon, long before he chaired NASDAQ, and long before the world trusted him with tens of billions. At this time, Madoff's legitimate market-making business was working, but just barely. The competition was fierce, profits were thin, and automated trading was beginning to reshape the landscape. Madoff needed a new revenue engine, something quiet, scalable, and invisible to regulators. That engine arrived in the form of two unassuming accountants from Long Island, Avellino and Bienz. Avellino and Bienz, the first feeder fund. Frank Avellino and Michael Bienz were not Wall Street titans. They were small-town accountants with a loyal base of middle-class and upper-middle-class clients. But they had something Madoff desperately needed, a steady stream of investors who trusted them completely. The arrangement was simple. Avellino and Bienz promised their clients consistent returns. They funneled the money straight to Madoff. Madoff sent back profits they could report on statements. Everyone thought they had discovered a financial genius. By the mid-1980s, Avellino and Bienz had over $400 million tied to Madoff, an astronomical number for the era. Tens of thousands of investors were unknowingly participating in a crime that hadn't yet been exposed. When the SEC finally investigated Avellino and Bienz in 1992 due to suspicious returns, Madoff appeared to save the day. He returned all $400 million immediately, a move so bold, so confident, so smooth that regulators assumed he must be legitimate.
It's all your fault, Bernie. Damn you, it's your fault. Because we asked you, should we be registered? Should we get registered? We were willing to do it. We were willing to pay any lawyer, any fee. And you said, no, 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 no. And you assured us, big shot, that we were fine. We were just investors, when you knew damn well we weren't.
In reality, this was the moment the world should have seen the first crack. But no one did. Instead, Madoff's reputation skyrocketed. And with his upgraded image came bigger fish, richer families, global banks, and professional fund managers who would supercharge the scheme beyond anything Madoff could have imagined. The empire of feeder funds. Avellino and Bienz were only the beginning. After the 1992 scare, Madoff realized something. He didn't need to market himself. He didn't need to advertise. He didn't even need public exposure. All he needed were institutions willing to bring him oceans of money. These institutions became known as feeder funds, supposedly sophisticated financial firms that did little more than collect money from clients and send it directly to Madoff. The largest and most influential included Fairfield Greenwich Group, FGG. Based in New York but deeply connected to European and Latin American wealth, Fairfield Greenwich became Madoff's most powerful ally. Their fund, the infamous Century Fund, funneled over $7 billion to him. The partners themselves earned massive fees for doing nothing but forwarding money. Their due diligence consisted of little more than printing statements, cashing checks, and collecting fees taller than skyscrapers. Fairfield's client list included some of the richest families in Europe and South America, dynasties whose money had built cities, shipping empires, industrial conglomerates, and luxury brands. They believed they were accessing a secret formula. They had no idea the formula was fraud. Based in Massachusetts, Tremont catered to wealthy US and European families. They added another $3 billion to Madoff's empire. Many of the investors involved had old money backgrounds dating back generations, family trusts, inheritances, corporate executives, and former politicians. To them, Madoff wasn't just a fund manager. He was the safest bet in the world.
One of the biggest names in Europe was French aristocrat Thierry de la Villechaize, an avid sailor, well connected with European royalty. He approached the world's biggest private wealth manager, UBS, to help him gather clients for his Madoff fund at his company Access International. On his marketing team were Prince Michael of Yugoslavia and Philippe Junot, once married to Princess Caroline of Monaco.
Access International Advisors, AIA, a boutique European fund run by Thierry, a respected French aristocrat-descended financier. AA funneled another $1.4 billion into Madoff's hands. Their clients included billionaire shipping families, European royalty circles, luxury industry magnates, high-profile business dynasties. Thierry believed he had discovered the crown jewel of financial management. When he learned it was all a lie, the consequences would be fatal. We'll return to Thierry later. His story is one of the most tragic in this saga. Banco Santander, Spain, and UniCredit, Italy. Madoff's reach stretched deep into European banking. Santander marketed Madoff-linked investments to wealthy Spaniards, Latin Americans, and private banking clients worldwide. UniCredit funneled money through its private banking arm in Austria and Italy. Together, these institutions helped push billions more into Madoff's hands, often from conservative, risk-averse clients who trusted the bank's reputation more than the product they were investing in. For many, Madoff became synonymous with stability, ironically because no one understood how he generated returns. The waitlist. One of Madoff's most powerful weapons wasn't a strategy, it was psychology. He told prospective investors, "I can't take new money at the moment, the fund is full." This was a lie, but it was a brilliant lie. Suddenly, wealthy investors were begging him to take their money. People who were used to buying anything in the world with their influence or wealth now faced something they couldn't buy. This manufactured exclusivity turned Madoff into a financial myth. His refusal became a magnet. And when investors finally got in, they felt chosen, privileged, special. That emotional manipulation made them blind to every red flag that followed. Madoff's single bank. With billions flowing in from around the world, you'd expect Madoff to spread the money across multiple major banks. But he didn't. He used one single bank, JP Morgan Chase. Tens of billions of dollars flowed through a single checking account. Not an investment account, not a brokerage account, a checking account. This alone should have exposed the fraud. But regulators didn't look. Feeder funds didn't ask. And the bank made too much money in fees to question it. Billions sat there, idle, uninvested, waiting to be paid out to older investors. This wasn't a portfolio. It was a reservoir of lies. Inside the 17th floor, the factory of the fraud. To run a global Ponzi scheme, you need more than charm and fake statements. You need a team, loyalists who understand the mission, follow orders, and keep their mouths shut. Madoff built that team on the 17th floor of the Lipstick Building in Manhattan. This floor was unlisted on company directories, restricted by keycard, hidden from most employees, decorated cheaply to discourage visitors, run like a secret military bunker. Here, a small inner circle carried out the mechanics of the fraud. Frank Di Pasquale, the lieutenant. Di Pasquale was the architect of the fake trades. He knew there were no transactions, yet he was the one who backdated trades, printed statements, and manufactured trading records with dollar amounts that never saw the market. Di Pasquale famously said, "I knew it was all fake, but it worked." He was Madoff's right-hand man, the engineer of the Ponzi machinery, and the keeper of all secrets. Annette Bongiorno, the statement magician. She managed fake trading records dating back to the 1970s. Her office contained blank statement paper, backdating tools, old IBM computers, pre-printed templates that could generate perfect performance reports. She didn't know modern trading systems because she didn't need to. Her job was to create the illusion of a successful past, year after year. Money router. Krupi handled cash flow. She reviewed incoming wires from feeder funds and orchestrated payouts to older clients. If a big investor wanted to withdraw $50 million, Krupi had to check if enough new money had come in. If not, she delayed the payout until a feeder fund deposited fresh cash. She was the lifeblood of the Ponzi chain. Daniel Bonventre. The books. Bonventre manipulated financial records to hide massive cash shortfalls. He knew Madoff's investment business wasn't making trades, but he constructed accounting illusions that made everything appear legitimate. Destruction of evidence. On the 17th floor, evidence destruction wasn't occasional. It was routine. Workers shredded account statements, outdated trading records, internal notes, reports showing impossible performance. They deleted files from old computer systems. They created new, clean documents whenever clients requested old records. And they backdated trades to match market events that had already happened. This wasn't a crime of opportunity. It was a crime of engineering. The impossibly smooth returns, the red flag everyone ignored. The foundation of the fraud was Madoff's supposed investment strategy. Split strike conversion. It sounded complex, sophisticated, mathematically elegant. In reality, it was never executed. Yet Madoff reported returns of 10 to 12% every year. Not spectacular, but perfectly stable. The problem? The real market isn't stable. The 1987 Black Monday crash. The 1998 hedge fund crisis. The 2000 dot-com collapse. The 2006 to 2007 housing bubble. The 2001 recession. And countless market shocks. Madoff never had a losing month. Not once. That was statistically impossible. But because feeder funds earned huge fees by sending money to Madoff, none of them wanted to ask questions. Compliance mirage. To outsiders, Madoff's firm looked impressively ethical. The compliance department, internal audits, regulatory certifications, independent oversight. At the center was Peter Madoff, Bernie's brother. His role wasn't to monitor compliance, it was to give the appearance of compliance. He signed documents, filed reports, attended meetings, and gave regulators the illusion that everything was supervised. It was all smoke and mirrors. Peter Madoff was the guard dog who never barked. The accountant in the strip mall. Another impossible red flag. Every major financial firm uses a respected audit company. But Madoff used Freeling and Horowitz, two accountants operating out of a tiny strip mall in New City, New York. Their office was sandwiched between a dry cleaner and a children's dance studio. One partner was retired. The other didn't conduct real audits. The firm had no trading specialists, no audit staff, no ability to examine billions in assets. Yet they verified tens of billions in investments. This was the equivalent of hiring a bicycle mechanic to certify a Boeing 747. The fee thieves, how billions were made. Feeder funds charged enormous fees for simply passing money to Madoff. 1% management fee, 20% performance fee, sometimes additional administration fees. They collected tens of millions annually without doing any actual investing. Due diligence was minimal. Background checks were superficial. Risk assessments were non-existent because Madoff never lost money on paper, and their clients were happy until the day they weren't. Celebrities, sports owners, and corporate elites. Though we won't name names here, the types of high-profile victims included Hollywood actors, award-winning directors, owners of major sports franchises, Fortune 500 executives, media personalities, fashion industry magnates, legendary musicians, tech pioneers, philanthropic foundations, political families, multi-generational business dynasties. What united them was simple. They believed Bernie was safe. The hedge fund that caught him, two groups noticed something was wrong long before the collapse. Renaissance Technologies, one of the smartest quantitative funds in the world. Their analysts concluded Madoff's strategy couldn't produce the returns he claimed. They withdrew. Quietly. No warning to regulators. No public alarm. They simply walked away. Harry Markopolos, a forensic accountant who reverse-engineered Madoff's returns. He submitted multiple reports to the SEC titled, "The world's largest hedge fund is a fraud." He was ignored every time. In later testimony, Markopolos described Madoff as a mathematical impossibility hiding in plain sight. No one listened. Thierry de la Villa-Huchet, the European financier, who lost everything. Thierry was the co-founder of Access International Advisors, a respected figure in European finance, a descendant of French nobility, a man of impeccable reputation. When Madoff's scheme collapsed, Thierry realized his clients had lost everything. His friends had lost everything. His family's legacy had been destroyed. His honor had been shattered. In December 2008, overwhelmed by guilt and horror, he took his own life in his Manhattan office. His death became a painful symbol of how deeply Madoff's deception cut across the world. The philanthropy mask. Throughout the fraud, Madoff maintained an image of generosity. He donated to universities, hospitals, Jewish charities, nonprofit boards, cultural institutions, scientific foundations. He was celebrated as a humanitarian. Respected leaders took photos with him. Charity boards sought him out. No one questioned why he always donated just enough to reinforce his reputation, but never enough to reduce his liquidity. His philanthropy was not kindness. It was camouflage. The wealthy families and global elite networks. The victims spanned continents. Old European wealth. Ultra-rich families in Spain, Italy, and France. South American banking dynasties. U.S. industrial heirs. Real estate barons. Luxury brand families. Art collectors. International shipping empires. Many had invested for decades. Entire generational fortunes were tied to Madoff. The pain wasn't just financial. It was cultural. It shook trust across countries and industries. Families who had survived wars, recessions, coups, and global crises were undone by a man with a smile and a false promise of safety. The lie that held it all together. Year after year, month after month, statement after statement. Madoff never reported a loss. Not a small one. Not a temporary one. Not a single bad month. Investors should have questioned it. Feeder funds should have raised alarms. Banks should have investigated. Regulators should have intervened. But the machine was too big, too trusted, too comfortable, and too many people were getting rich off the illusion. Bernie Madoff didn't build the biggest Ponzi scheme in history by accident. He built it through psychology, loyalty, deception, and a global network that protected him at every step. But eventually, every illusion breaks. In episode 3, we will step into the years when the walls began to crack. The red flags that grew impossible to ignore, the whistleblowers screaming into the void, the warnings buried inside regulatory agencies, and the financial hurricanes that pushed Madoff closer and closer to exposure. And finally, we'll watch the first domino fall. If you've stayed with us this far, thank you. It means you're the kind of viewer who values depth, truth, and real investigative storytelling. Before you go, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Not out of obligation, but so you don't miss the next chapter of this story as soon as it drops. The upcoming episodes go even deeper into the hidden machinery of the Madoff empire, exposing details most documentaries never touched. If you want to continue this journey with us, hit that subscribe button and stay connected. The truth gets darker from here.